Tracer. Genji.
I think the interesting thing here is that I could see either Surefour or Reaver being on the Tracer. They both have really, really good Tracers. In fact, when we've had no hero, we've seen both of them run double Tracer at times, but I do think we could have a more likely element here where you see Surefour on the Genji and Reaver on the Tracer, but I could also see them not running any Genji at all, just because there's times where Genji really isn't as favored in King of the Hill. And who knows, even at times I've seen C9 run Bastion, so that could even be on the menu. Well, particularly on this stage in Nepal.
Well, there's a Torb queued up. And
I hope it's not troll. I believe, Hex. I'm a believer in the Torb on King of the Hill.
Torb is super strong, a little bit underrated, especially if you can take this first point, then you're set up, and the thing that Torb is so good at is once they're shooting at your turret, you just rock them in the face with a right click, and that is game over. I'm really interested to see AZK. He was on the Tracer, he's on Bastion now, so there might be some sort of troll happening on either one of those heroes. But this makes sense for Cloud9. Adam, of course, going to be on Mercy, Surefour on a Reaper, actually. Reaver is going to play Tracer, Kai, of course, on Winston, Grego, and Lucio, Debit on Roadhog.
Meanwhile, taking a look here at the roster coming out from the side of Team Liquid. It's going to be Minstrel on the Lucio, Mezra on the Zarya, Dummy on Reaper, Dahang on Mercy, ID on the 76, and AZK on Tracer.
And Reaver goes to Pharah instead of Tracer.
I think teams wanting to take Pharah to the maximum here. They know that she's a little bit stronger in this meta, might not have issues, but going against ID, that could be rougher than Reaver might be giving her credit for. C9 right now opting to take control more of the high ground, being a little bit slow and pushing in, but making it the actual point a little bit uninhabitable for the TL side. You see Reaver right now diving in on the Mercy, will take out Dahang. No surprise there, Pharah has been the Mercy killer in many a case here as both teams getting into on the point. Really, both teams blooding each other as they go in, but C9 now going to take advantage. Kai getting the double kill on Winston. And just like that, C9 will take first control here in Nepal.
Yeah, really first patient push there. Kai jumped in pretty late. They were able to catch Mezra out on his Zarya, then able to clean up after that. As she's down, it does not offer the utility of the allied shields. It will steamroll after that. That's a quick first point, Cloud9.
AZK right now going around the back, looking for an opportunity. We'll have a pulse bomb up in a moment. Might be throwing the pulse bomb right on the Debit. Roadhog, of course, a really good target for pulse bombs. Does not get as much as he wants from it, but Dummy in the back was able to take out Kai. It's still 6v5, but incoming res from Adam will bring Kai back into this fight. So C9 not at a disadvantage, but Dummy right now getting in there as Reaper, getting the kills that he needs to get. As AZK getting the triple kill, no pulse bomb required. And that is going to set up Team Liquid to take this point right back from C9.
Dummy with 3 huge kills and AZK with 3 huge kills, wiping out Cloud9 6-0 in frags in that team fight. Good play coming up from Liquid, even though Cloud9 took the early game.
Yeah, AZK got all the credit in the kill feed, but Dummy was doing so much damage early on. He's had a nice game early on Reaper too, and they've been actually able to save this resurrection too, so they even had to put it back.
C9 right now not wasting any time, getting right back on the point. Surefour on the Reaper, takes out Dummy. And AZK does have pulse bomb ready, will connect, he throws it down, does not get quite what he's looking for. Just up this on Reaver now with the barrage, gonna get the double kill. AZK only taking out Reaver in the back, and it's not gonna be enough, but here comes a resurrection for the side of Team Liquid. We'll see if it's enough. Soundbear though coming up from C9, and that is going to trump resurrection any day of the week, given that they are already up and running.
No, that whole team fight was a mistake from Team Liquid. As you can see, Cloud9 took the point over at the very early beginning. If Liquid had delayed this entire time with control of the point and then just now Cloud9 had taken it over, Liquid would be up to 50 to 60%, and Cloud9 would have to play catch-up now. Now Cloud9's in a very strong position to take the first round off of just one more team fight.
Well, they do have Graviton, and they're going to be able to initiate with Soundbearer. Also, they have Barrage, so it's going to be combo time.
All right, they're rolling right in. Surefour, good position here. Here comes the Graviton Sergio, going to pull in C9, and ID with the follow-through, gets the double kill on the Barrage. Good fall up there to Zarya, but Adam still alive, still in this fight. Very close to getting Resurrection, but he is going to go down before he can hit that key. And Team Liquid coming in, and ID with some beautiful shots to take out Reaver.
Yeah, 5% away. It was Adam there. He was trying to get as much healing done as possible. IAD shut that down. It's a nice flip over.
Not waste this opportunity.
Yeah, but Liquid just making it hard for themselves. Cloud9's now already at 99, and Liquid's only at 40, when it could be much closer for Liquid to take this round. Liquid's going to have to withstand at least 2 team fights against Cloud9 to be able to farm some ult.
They are able to get a spam kill onto Grego, though, pretty early on. Really stops this push, really stalled out. They're going to have to wait for him to get back in. They don't want to have to push 5v6, so eating that spam.
Dummy's just waiting.
Dummy right now. Dummy's waiting for his opportunity. He's looking for how he can get in on the entire C9 clump, get a good Death Blossom off. That is all he's thinking about right now. And he's just going to go right in. And now he's going to backline. Here comes the Q. Takes out Grego immediately. It's going to take out Roadhog with a little bit more collateral damage. Adam with the Resurrection undoing some of it. But we'll see if it's enough. Team Liquid did lose some people there. They have a Resurrection of their own coming in. And AZK now, will he be able to get the cleanup here as Tracer will take out Kai. Moving forward, goes for the stick. Grego not going to get hit by that stick. But AZK, though, just laying in the damage right now is Tracer. Still no C9 with very dominant presence here on the point. Surefour now looking for Lucio. Lucio is going to go down. Minstrel bite the dust. And C9 taking back control here in this game, cleaning up the last 2 people. And this is now looking pretty bad here for Team Liquid.
Yeah, they're just staggering onto it now. They're trying to stall that out as much as they can. Mez is going to get cleaned up, though. That should be it, unless Minstrel can get here. They're going to kill him before he gets on the point, though.
No, I mean, Liquid had a good opportunity, I think, to win that round if they hadn't got off the point in the second big team fight at the beginning. So I think Liquid off to not a bad start against Cloud9, and Reaver's really making Pharaoh work.
Ready for duty.
Yeah, I mean, that was the big question. What is Reaver going to do now post-patch here? Now we are going to be treated to AZK versus Surefour on 76s. So a great map for Soldier 76. This distance damage and the corners, and we're going to see which one is going to be shut down. I would imagine that Debit's top priority is going to be jumping AZK.
Ready to move. Pump up the volume.
All right, so AZK moving on in. We'll see what we can do here at 76. He has had a pretty good roll of it here thus far, but going against Surefour, that is going to be difficult. This should be an absolutely great matchup between 2 really good 76s.
Cloud9 continuing to favor the tank matchup instead of having the Reaper.
Well, right now we are seeing C9. They do get onto the point. They're in good position. Surefour on it. 2 people trying to cap here for C9. And C9 playing the objective, but Team Liquid fighting right back. AZK was able to kill Debit. Team Liquid is now on a 6v4 advantage. As ID going to take out Surefour on the point. Kai, though, is doing quite a bit of work here on Zarya. Is almost fully charged up. Laying in a whole bunch of right clicks. This is very close here. And here comes a Graviton already built up. Going to bring 3 people of Team Liquid in. Not getting quite the follow-up they were looking for to start things out, though, as both teams still trading out kills here on the point.
Let's break it. Damn!
Soundbearer coming in. This is pretty good for here for Team Liquid. Team Liquid does have an opportunity. ID looking for the shots on the Atom. Not able to land it, however, as both teams still back and forth. Surefour on the double kill. And C9 might be taking this right back.
Yeah, taking on to Hang is huge there, and they continue to pile on as Grego takes out his opposing number in Minstrel. They are going to be able to flip this back, but not every Liquid already put 25% on it.
Decent start from Liquid, but now Cloud9 has 4 ults. Kai is going to have ult again. Kai's ult at the very beginning of that team fight there was actually what saved Cloud9 the ability to get time back to get on the point.
Kai Zarya does so much chip damage and zoning that he often has Graviton up twice as often as other Zaryas.
Wow, Surefour, it's an absolutely beautiful kill on the AZK. We're talking about the Soldier v Soldier meta right now, and Surefour absolutely winning that there for C9. And that's going to push Team Liquid back even more, and even though the percentage between both teams relatively close here, I'd say that C9 has been a little bit more dominant in the Sanctum stage.
Well, all the ultimates are in favor of Cloud9 right now, as Adam is the only one who's now getting his ultimate. Here comes the Silent Barrier.
Graviton is coming in here for the side of C9. It sets up 2, now 3 kills. They have the Sound Bearer coming in as well. Reaver looking for a little bit of cleanup, does take out ID. 4 kills for C9, and Team Liquid going to get sent right back to their spawn.
And Cloud9 didn't use Barrage, they didn't use Rez, and Debit still has his ult. It's not getting any easier for Liquid. They do have Barrage and Graviton of their own. They're going to have to hit a good combo here, but Cloud9's not playing on the point, so it's not going to be so easy.
C9 is spread out everywhere. They know that the onus, again, the point is on Team Liquid, which means that they can use that to their advantage in terms of positioning and all the rest. Still, though, Team Liquid is trying to move in. Dummy looking for anything resembling a good Death Blossom opportunity, but here comes Reaver. Justice raining for above. Will take out AZK before going down to AZK himself. C9, though, with the kill advantage here thus far. Both sides going to use Res. And Mesrar looking for the Graviton. Only gets Kai in this Graviton. Not quite what he's looking for overall. Still, though, getting Kai not the absolute worst. But here comes the tactical visor from Surefour, laying in the pulse rifle munitions, taking out AZK. We'll have Farah in the sights here in just a moment. Farah going over the top. Surefour going to try and shoot her out of the sky. Sounder going to save her at least for a little bit. Surefour having to take a little bit of cover on top of it, but pretty back and forth. ID got on the point, got double kill before going down. And Surefour now just being unanswered on the sidelines.
Yeah, I mean, that's where 76 wants to be, is kind of posted up over here and absolutely ignored. Does so much damage over there. Dehang gets caught out and dies very early in this fight.
Yeah, Dehang gets cut off on the point, and that might be it.
IAD's going to do his best here, but he's going into a hornet's nest of 6 Cloud9 players.
So pretty solid victory.
Yeah, that looked a lot better for Cloud9.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, you see the synergy of Zarya there too. Zarya and Reaper in the meta, especially on King of the Hill, do so much work because the biggest downside of Death Blossom, of course, is you're super vulnerable during it. Throw down a barrier on that, a lot like you do with Farah on Barrage, and it becomes very hard to stop.
Well, C9 coming in pretty strong here versus Team Liquid. Although I will say that even though C9 won the map, I thought Team Liquid put up a pretty good fight. They definitely had points where they were able to bring it to C9. They were able to take control of the point, and it was not a free win for C9 by any stretch of the imagination. So still a pretty good look for TL as they went in here, but next map will be Dorado.
I mean, really, for what it is to Cloud9, they were the best King of the Hill team as well during the 2-2-2 meta, which they pretty much made themselves for a long time. A lot of that is with how great they are on Winston, especially Kai. They will choose the tank, the triple tank or double tank meta over the triple DPS because he's so confident. That team was so confident in creating space for the DPS players with Winston and jumping in at the right times. It's all about timing and positioning, and they still are incredible at that, which is why they're able to make that look kind of easy.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the 2 premier Winston players, as you mentioned, Kai. They're tank play for Cloud9. I know, of course, the DPSs get a lot of love, and I go out of my way to say how great Adam is at Mercy, but really, Debit and Kai are on a different level on so many different tank heroes. Of course, they dominated the double Winston era and just unseen coordination, and people always mocked it, saying, oh, how hard is it to play double Winston? Well, you saw a lot of teams try to do it and not do it as well, and it really is about that coordination, just how they all work together, and usually, Debit will take out the biggest opposing threat to the other team on his Winston so that his DPS can get all the work done that they do. So even though they're the ones lighting up the kill feed, a lot of that comes from the tank play of Cloud9.
Now for Liquid, they had the advantage of at least playing the offense first against LG. Against
Gale Force?
Yeah, earlier on before they got blown out themselves on defense. Now they have to go against defense first against Cloud9. And things could go very wrong. If they went that wrong on defense against Gale Force, which is a team that has nowhere near the coordination on these maps in practice like Cloud9 does, I don't think it's going to go smoothly for Liquid here on Dorado.
Well, taking a look here at the defense for TL as they roll out, it's going to be AZK on the 76, Mesrar on Reinhardt, ID on the Junkrat, Dehang on Mercy, Dummy on the Roadhog, and Minstrel on Lucio. So pretty standard team comp coming out here from Team Liquid. But look at the C9 side. I don't know. This probably is not what they're going to be running here on any level, but then again, we have seen C9 run with a opening attacking Bastion. It would not be the first time.
I mean, the only thing that makes me think it might be true is because Shore4 is usually the one who plays that Bastion, but it does look like he's going to switch up. They are running a lot of kind of interesting things here, but now it looks like they're starting to stabilize. Kai, of course, going to be on Zarya. Debit on Reinhardt. Reaver is going to take to the skies as Pharah. Adam will chase him through the air. On Mercy, Grego is actually going to flex off onto Hanzo for the moment. That might switch. Yep, he's a Lucio main, and Shore4 is going to play the offensive Roadhog.
I think it really does show that Widow might be out of the meta for now when neither Grego nor Reaver will play an offensive Widow, which they did throughout pretty much the last 3 months of the game.
That's a good point.
C9 was one of the teams that was probably the team that was most comfortable running Widow. They had multiple ways of running it, as mentioned. They could be either Reaver, it could be Reaver, it could be Grego, but in the end, they're not. Neither of them are on the Widow, so things are working out. And Reaver right now just taking his time, moving in, going for poke, and we'll see if it works out. As AZK now taking out Shore4 on the defense, so Team Liquid not giving it up quite easily right now.
Yeah, I don't know if this is where Cloud9 wants to be fighting. Generally, you don't take this fight on the stairs, you just pressure it so that you can move towards the archway. They lose 2 heroes up there, including Grego. Reaver's trying to get spam over the top. He's pretty much unopposed in doing so. Already a tire up and a tactical visor for Team Liquid.
ID and AZK did a very good job, at least in the early portions of defense and against Galeforce, at least getting higher up quickly.
Alright, so here comes the offense now trying to make their move. The defense is a lot ult up, but it doesn't matter when Debit lands that good of an Earth Shatter, setting up the defense. The Resurrection will be coming up. We'll see if they can turn this back in their favor. Here comes the tire. ID was able to get to the back. The tire is on the way, moving in, not going to quite get the value that he's looking for as Justice raining from Reaver. C9 finally getting through here, cracking through the defense. And it happened pretty quickly at a point where Team Liquid really did have the ult advantage going in, but it doesn't really matter when your Reinhardt starts things out by knocking down 3 people.
Yeah, Lijiang and Adam both had res, but because Cloud9 got the first 3 picks, it forces out Lijiang's res immediately. He dies. Then even though that Liquid's able to turn it around a little bit, it didn't matter because Adam had res. He falls down. Cloud9 easily able to take point A. We saw how much trouble Liquid had here on the second portion of Dorado. You're going to have to not make the same mistakes against the harder opponent.
Yeah, Debit misses a charge, goes in, does not get punished for it though, but the high ground is firmly in control of Team Liquid.
Team Liquid right now just trying to hold back the C9 offense as we move forward. Mesmer does take out Debit in the Reinhardt v Reinhardt battle. Here comes the offensive sound barrier though, but it gets answered immediately by the Earth Shatter from the defense, and yet the defense still can't really follow up on it. They have to back up a bit. The Graviton Surge will pull AZK into it. Will Reaver be able to get the follow-up? AZK will go down, and C9 just putting on the pressure. Nothing too flashy here, but they're getting pick after pick, and Team Liquid has not been able to get the same pickoffs in turn.
Yeah, they force out the res. Debit hits another huge Earth Shatter. Resurrection comes down from Adam as Kai and Debit continue to clean up on the cart.
C9 again just getting more kills than Team Liquid is getting here. They're keeping momentum all in their favor. They're going to get to the checkpoint, and this has been absolutely electric here for C9. They've been moving very quickly, and Team Liquid, I mean, even from the very beginning, has really been struggling to get any sort of momentum on their side.
And Cloud9 stayed on the cart the entire time. Even though Liquid wanted to try to fight on top of bridge, they forced them down below, and that's when everything went wrong.
Little surprised we're not seeing a switch onto a Reaper here against this triple tank, which is giving them all sorts of fits.
Shore4 right now about to have Whole Hog at the ready. Might not even need to use it. The barrage coming over the top. Reaver will take out Dummy there. Here comes the hook on the Mesrar. Mesrar going down. Shore4 going a little bit more. Here comes the Whole Hog. And C9 again just keeping momentum on their side. Team Liquid very rattled the entire game, and not stopping is C9.
Now Lijiang goes down. They're going to have one final fight.
Shore4 taking out Dummy in absolutely dirty fashion. Landed right click, hook, dead. Gets the Lucio. Lucio going to be going down. And Shore4 just having his run of it, picking off whoever he wants in the back line here for Liquid. And oh no, he picks up Lucio again. And here's the Whole Hog. Shore4 going absolutely hog wild in the back. And now Reaver with some follow-up over the top, and this should be a cap here for C9.
They never switched onto anything to deal with all those tanks. They just tried to play it standard AZK. I mean, Soldier 76 is a good hero, but he's not very good against tanks. He's got sustained damage, not necessarily the burst you want. I'm really surprised no one even tried to flex onto a Reaper. It looked like they didn't really change anything about that strategy. They just got bullied over and just said, let's keep sticking with it. And that's what happens against Cloud9. If you're not going to adjust to what they're doing, they're just going to roll you over.
Yeah, that would probably be on AZK. If ID and Lijiang want to continue taking the Pharah Mercy battle against Reaver and Adam, and Dummy's Roadhog going up against Surefour's Roadhog, you know, is still a solid plan, but I would agree AZK going on a Reaper probably would have been a smarter choice going through that. Though we saw Liquid's defense against Gale Force wasn't exactly much better, so it might not have mattered what cut position they used in the end, and Cloud9 really solid. They made Liquid bring the fight to them. They were on the payload the entire time, and sub 5 at a time. Liquid played so good on offense against Gale Force, though, that it's possible. But ID really needs to come up with a lot of kill. ID and AZK gotta get a lot of work done.
By the way, just knowing here, the time that was 4:28. That was an incredibly quick time going into this next round. This is going to be very hard to beat. And by the way, also just shout out to Surefour on the Roadhog at the end. That was absolutely crazy to watch and what it did. But either way, going to be a hard task here for Team Liquid. They're going to cut through the C9 defense even quicker than C9 cut through them. And while not impossible, it does seem a little bit unlikely. Either way, though, looking at the C9 defense as they roll out, it's going to be Reaver on the Pharah, Kai on the Roadhog, Adam on Mercy, Grego on Junkrat, Surefour not on the Hog this time, going to be on Reaper, and Debit going to be on the Reinhardt.
Yeah, we'll see what they actually end up running here on Team Liquid on offense. I'm pretty sure Lijiang will be on the Mercy. That's an easy enough call. If they run double support, Miniature will be staying on Lucio. Dummy now does come up on Reaper, perhaps a half late in my opinion. AZK is on the Tracer for the moment. We'll see if he sticks with it. It'd be an interesting call. Mesra on the Winston, so no Reinhardt in this comp either. And ID, of course, is going to be on Pharah.
Single support defense coming out from Cloud9. No Lucio, no Symmetra. They're confident in Adam being alone, and Grego is going to be the Junkrat. That lets Reaver be the Pharah, so no more Widow for Grego flexing. He's now going to be their Junkrat flex. I like it. I'm liking it.
They've been running single support, Cloud9 has for a while, and I think it's because they know how good Adam is at staying alive. You can't really afford to run it if your Mercy's going to die, but Adam kind of doesn't die very often.
Well, if Team Liquid is going to beat the time that C9 just set, a lot is going to be relying on ID. ID is going to have to hit shot after shot, going to need to make things count early on, and hopefully just get a pick off with long-range rockets, though that is easier said than done against a team of C9's caliber.
Well, it's going to be on AZK to destroy the Mercy. That's why you run a Tracer here, and Adam is a huge problem and a hard target to deal with, so he's going to try to get in the back line and take down Adam. And that single support, like you said, if you can take down the one support, you're in a good spot.
ID now is going to back, does have Mercy in his sights, trying to land the mid-air rocket, not able to get it just yet, but Adam will go down anyways. As Reaver now going down the back, and Team Liquid starting to make this their own. If they can get 1 or 2 more picks, they might be able to get through this courtyard phase relatively quickly. But Debit in the back, able to get 2 very key kills, including a kill in the Lijiang, which will prevent any offensive res for at least a little bit. So C9 just barely getting away with one there.
AZK did the work necessary, kills Adam, then kills Reaver, but the Lijiang dies just at the very end to Debit, and then that's going to allow Cloud9 to try to reset here on defense. So very nice plays coming out of Debit there.
Well, AZK's got the pulse bomb. He's looking for Adam again.
AZK in the back looking for an opportunity, is going to go down. The Kai instead just got hit by an absolutely vicious left click. Meanwhile, Reaver is still in the defensive Pharah, going in over the top. Will the barrage be on the way? Justice will rain from above. Minstrel getting taken out. Solo Dummy, double kill there for Reaver. Earthshower coming in from Dummy will be enough. The Justice coming in from ID instead, and Team Liquid going to get forward, going to get on this point, but the only problem for them is that time-wise, they don't have that much time remaining.
Yeah, about 2.5 minutes. Grego does switch off of the Junkrat, even though he had 100% ult. He's going to come up as Lucio. They know that the double support is absolutely necessary now, considering the targeting that's going on in Adam from AZK.
Cloud9 doesn't have to delay that long. So as long as they just get some poke damage here, try to build a little bit of ult, Liquid doesn't have a lot of time. They have to win this next team fight convincingly and stay on the card.
Surefour was able to take out Minstrel. Minstrel got up there, wall climbed his way up, and now Surefour looking for a Death Blossom opportunity. And Surefour almost tempting fate, trying to kill Dummy there while Dummy was mid-Death Blossom. As now Dummy Mesmer are able to do what they need to do. Dummy even taking out Surefour in the end. So 4 quick kills here for Team Liquid. Time-wise, they have about 1:50 left. This is still doable for them. C9 is getting run over a lot more than I would have expected going into this game.
Now, I still got a little bit of issue. Liquid wasn't on the cart. They won the team fight very cleanly because they didn't have 3. They were still going to give an opportunity for Cloud9 to delay one more time.
Yeah, it's a big mistake with only 90 seconds left. They cannot afford issues like that.
Here comes C9. C9 only needs to get 1 wipe here to win this game. They're looking for it. Mesmer is going to go down the Surefour over the top. Both teams down to player ID in the sky, getting a lot of work done, but Surefour will take him out of the sky. And now Surefour, will he use the Death Blossom? He's coming in over the top of the payload. Death Blossom on the way in. Not quite getting the value he needs, but still TL getting whittled down here. ID with the triple kill barrage over the top. And even though Team Liquid is probably going to get the checkpoint, time-wise now they have a problem. They only have 1 minute left. They can still do this, but they need everything to go their way.
Yeah, and again, they have to keep players on the card. For a moment there, no one was on it yet again, and it is really down to you have to have people pushing.
Now, Lijiang dies early. They can't let themselves get team wiped before Lijiang gets back. Cloud9 is electing not to play aggressive, so they're giving Liquid an opportunity.
Adam should be nearly just in spawn right now, because the only way they lose this is if he dies without getting resurrection off.
Time-wise, I think you're absolutely right. There's less than 30 seconds remaining here. Even if all of C9 were to get wiped out, I don't think Team Liquid could bring it back. But either way, here comes the defensive sound bearer on the way out for the defense of C9. They don't really do a whole lot with it, but in comes the Earth Shatter. Gonna knock down 2. Devitt charging super far in. Rewrote the follow-up over the top. And TL in a little bit of trouble here. Even as they get the kills, it's just not going to be enough. Time is about to expire, and C9 will take Dorado, but not quite as cleanly as you might have thought.
And Liquid gets all of the kills, and they're probably going to finish off the map. If only they had everyone on the cart earlier, that is the difference in seconds to this game. Yep. If they had people on the cart in the middle phase when they had won that team fight, they might have won this map, and it's gonna go to Cloud9, but that was still very solid from Liquid, at least on their offensive pushes today. Have been looking very good.
It is good to see that the North American scene definitely looks like it's getting closer between the top and the mids and everything. There's about 5 or 6 teams that now I think can all compete with each other. Liquid surprised me tonight. They showed a lot, really. That's a pretty impressive showing against a team of the caliber of Cloud9.
The interesting thing there is that there's only about a difference about 20 seconds between the 2 teams, so I would say the bigger observation here, and we've seen it quite a bit here tonight, is what is going on with Dorado defense? Have people just figured out better ways of getting into the courtyard to where it's not as impenetrable? Or have defense has been slacking? I don't know, because usually Dorado, you see defenses have really long, really good holds, but it hasn't been happening here tonight for any team.
Well, a lot of that, like second phase is a little bit harder to hold, though the end of second phase has become easier for defense because they can set up on the bridge and they have the respawn. That's much closer for them to get to bridge. For offense, it's really hard to get high ground once you lose out in mid.
Well, I think a lot of it is also that there's no Widow. A Widow on Dorado defense was absolutely brutal, holding that back arch. You had to play kind of weird classes to go deal with her. You had to play your own Widow, you had to play your own Genji, and even then, the fights could not start until you dealt with the Widow too. So her being out of the meta really opens up that Dorado defense, I think, a lot.
Hey, alrighty, so
what's that?
I was just going to say our next map will be C9 versus Gale Force Esports. We are going to take a quick break. We'll be back in about 6 minutes for the final match of the night. It will be C9, as mentioned, and we'll get to see who will be our #1 seed in Group B.
Hey, VP.
That will be decided here in just a few minutes, but we'll be back. Stay tuned.
Powered by Alienware.
He just had the 20 kill streak sound play on his point of view.
And he's still
And
not...
he's going off! Oh my god! The triple kill from Reaver. Absolutely dirty play coming out from him. Is now Envy desperately trying to hold out here before that 5-minute move scene comp, but we don't see it as often. Tailspin moving in, is able to take out Reaver. He got in on him. Now moving over the top, has a double kill, makes it a triple. And Tailspin making me feel really good about just saying that comment and not dying terribly. No commentator's curse as Tailspin gets 5 kills all on his own. Looking for extra pickups, but thus far, C9 again not really able to get a full clean fight in their favor. Reaver will take out Aaron and Hawk, is able to get on the Coco, double kill for him so far. Chimsagen is in trouble, down he goes, and Reaver and Short4 absolutely exploding. That is the hold that C9 needed. Note that this is still not the worst offense here for Envy, despite Short4's heroics. 4 kills in a row, but Short4 goes in and takes out both Time and Tailspin. That is one way they do control on the Cowboy problem known as McCree. My goodness, Short4 is beasting. Here we go, the tank ultimate is out. Seagull looking for blood, blows up Grego, might blow up Short4, gets the double kill. That being said, C9 coming up with a double kill of their own, but Seagull makes it a triple in the end. Beep boop, and look at Kai just getting shredded. And here it builds up another 35% ultimate. Makes it 52%.
He's already up to 52%.
Too easy goes down the Lynx. That's the pick they needed. Now 6v5. He gets another beautiful grapple shot. A double kill for Lynx.
Do you have what it takes to be a pro gamer? And are you ready to take your skills to the next level and win cool prizes? Visit thelab.gg to find out more.
Alrighty, and we are back here with the Alienware Monthly Melee, presented by Curse, sponsored by Alienware, getting into our final match of the night in Group B, C9 versus Gale Force Esports. And this should be a good one. I think, of course, Team Liquid was able to beat Gale Force earlier, but it was very, very close. And we saw that Team Liquid was able to give C9 a decent fight at points here on Dorado and even on King of the Hills. So even though I favor C9 going into this, I think that Gale Force has a shot to make an impact here.
I mean,
yeah,
this really... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I mean, I don't really have anything amazing to say, except that I generally agree with ZP that it's definitely Cloud9's to take, and Gale Force is still a little below them. But Gale Force, I think, is playing better. Cloud9 looks a little shakier than we expected before. It's kind of hard to gauge because I don't know exactly where this Team Liquid team is, but Cloud9 looks much more beatable than I've expected them to look. And maybe part of that is the patch coming in, maybe part of it is rust. So this could be a good barometer for each. And if Gale Force can put up a good showing against Cloud9, it's going to open up a lot of eyes just in regards to where Gale Force is at.
Now, I want to see how the results play out in terms of the whole group with no fast guns, but if the results are as I expect them to, Gale Force and Liquid will more than likely be the tiebreaker because Cloud9 is still the favored matchup here, and they are the favorite team to win. If Cloud9 beats Gale Force here, then Liquid goes through to the playoffs tomorrow. So I do expect that to happen, and if Gale Force is having trouble against Liquid in Liquid's current form, even though they look pretty solid themselves, but they still are only getting used to each other, practicing with each other in the last week or so, they're going to have even more trouble against Cloud9 here. So I think Cloud9 is still the favorite. Gale Force has been playing well. Again, it's up to Nicholas and Torque to have a big game if they want to have any chance.
Yep, definitely. That's kind of the engine that drives